This day trading strategy does not work, and I want you to use this method instead. And by using this method within your day trading or swing trading, or really just investing, you're going to see more predictable results. You're not going to feel like a yo-yo or feel like you're riding some sort of roller coaster. You're going to see solid results that are more so predictable and less random. This is not a guaranteed strategy. This is not a holy grail. I'm not trying to come across and proclaim that. All I'm saying is that if you use this method, you're going to be putting yourself in a much more trader-friendly position in regard to the outcome of your trades. Now, before we get into anything further, a couple things. I am going to talk in theory just a little bit to set up context, but then what I'm going to teach you here and show you is not based in theory or what I read in a book or what I think is supposed to happen. I will be using personal results and a live trade from me so you can see exactly what I talk about play out in real time right before your eyes. So again, no theory here. If you're somebody that wants to learn and learns better by just, well, let's see what happens in the real world, well, then this will be a perfect video for you. Now, to set up the context about, the strategy that a lot of people do and it doesn't work is, well, the first part of it works every now and then, and it can actually work a few times in a row. But the one time it doesn't work can really bite you in the face. And if you have really any experience at all as a trader, then I'm sure you can, realize and relate to what I'm talking about here. But let's just set up with, like I said, basically the psychology of how this plays out. And you're going to see it, like I said, quite literally almost play out within a real life trade. So the way it goes is this: you have an idea, right? You're a trader, you come with an idea. Some sort of trade idea. I think this stock, I think this futures contract, I think this, whatever you are trading, I think Bitcoin is going to do something. And then it turns out that, hey, you know what? You were right. I had an idea. I was right. But the problem is the underlying context here is that you ultimately, for whatever reason, missed the trade. Maybe you weren't fast enough. Maybe your idea didn't quite behave the way you wanted to see it behave, as you're going to see here in just a second. But the point here being that your general broad idea, you were right. But like I said, you actually missed the trade. So the way the sequence goes is now all of a sudden you're thinking, okay, well, because I missed the trade, I need a new idea. But the new idea isn't really original. It's not really a good idea at all. And, as you see here, and I'll explain, it makes sense why it's not a good idea. But at the time, you don't realize that it's a very weak idea. You don't realize that it's a very poorly thought out idea. But the new idea is simply, hey, I need to just get in. Now, the reason why it's so poorly thought out is because this is all being encapsulated. It's all built with that foundation of frustration. So why are you frustrated? Well, it goes back to this right there, right? You missed the trade. So you missed the trade. You're frustrated. I was right. Okay, new trade plan. Just get right in. And you don't want to do this. This is what is known as, in this strategy, it's very easy to do. As much as I can sit here and say don't do it, and as easy as it is for you, even if you're just a beginner day trader, to be like, hey, listen, I'm just getting started in the stock market, but I realize that would not be smart. But this can lead to what is known as either chasing. So you're chasing a price, and not a good thing. I've done many videos on it in the past. Or another trading jargon, this would be known as FOMO, right? Fear of missing out. So you are just getting in because you have a fear that you're going to miss out on even more. More of what? Well, more of your original idea, which what? Happened to be right. So that's why I get it. It's easy to sit here and be like, oh, well, I wouldn't chase the price. But you have to keep in mind the psychology here. You had an idea. You were right. You missed it. Well, I don't want to. And then you can just get in. So again, we're done with the chalkboard here. Let's step away from some theory here and watch the first part of this live trade. Again, from me. So this is real life trading playing out right before your eyes. Currently watching BA here, Boeing 160.50 is a level that is very interesting from other time frames. Unfortunately, though, I'm not going to be able to take it on this candle just because it's a bit much right now. So I might get left in its dust, but in my opinion, this would totally be chasing. But 160.50 has been, and maybe leaving me in its dust. But that just did not fit my risk profile. I don't think that's really a good entry point given the context surrounding it. And you can see right here, I alerted it. If you're not familiar, at claytrader.com, I do offer a private community where I make alerts. And right there was that alert about 160.50 being that key support. And you can see that it broke and, went down quite a bit, which from the shorting perspective, look at it go. Oh, well, like I said, I feel it's frustrating, sure. So there you have it. I had an idea. It didn't quite behave the way I wanted to see it behave, and I missed the trade. And then you can see the price was really going in my favor. I should note that I wanted to go short, meaning make money when prices go down. So if you're a beginner day trader, new to the stock market, yes, you can make money when prices go down. If you're interested in more on that, I'll put a link down below this video where I explain more of what, going shorting a stock is. But just understand that I'm wanting to see the price go down. So as you heard me say, oh, that is frustrating. And you could hear the emotion in my voice. And again, why is it frustrating? Well, because I was right. The price broke that 160.50 mark, and then it started to go down, and then it went down some more. And the key dynamic here, and what I found interesting, was at that moment in time when I acknowledged the fact, wow, this is frustrating, this is what the screen looked like. So had I listened to that, so had I done the strategy, right, of, okay, new plan, I don't want to miss out, just get in. I could have gotten in right here at 159.64. So that's what my screen was looking like I said, at that moment in time, right around there, give or take, a few pennies. But the point here being, I just want you to keep in mind 159.64 moving forward. Again, that would have been the price right here had I just let in the normal chasing strategy take over, because I missed my original idea. Okay, I don't want to miss out anymore. FOMO. Okay, I'm just new plan, get in. My quote unquote get in price, again, 159.64. So just keep that in mind. Okay, Clay, I get it. You're saying chasing, you're saying FOMO is not a good thing. You're saying this strategy is not going to work. But okay, so then what is the method that you actually use? Very good question. Well, let's just follow through and go through the next part of this trade. And you're going to start to see this trade plan and this method that I would highly recommend you use start to take shape. But I mean, I played it the right way. It was already too overextended by the time it got down there. So disappointing to see it just continue to fall and fall. But I am interested now in any sort of potential, bounce back area. So if it wants to show me some signs of strength and then symbolize that maybe that strength is running weak, then, I would still be interested in a potential trade on it. So we'll see if that can occur now. So here we got a nice little bounce here. So 159.50. Let's see how this candle closes. And then maybe we can get some sort of trade on it. But like I said, want to see how this candle closes first. But, okay, there we go. Good. Now, the method that I want you to use is very simple. Step one, you just wait. What do you wait for? You wait for the opposite to happen. What do I mean? Well, what did I originally want? Well, I wanted to see the price go down. And it did go down. And I missed it. So now what you want to see is the opposite, and not to insult your intelligence, but I just want you to realize how simple this actually is at the foundational level. Well, if I wanted the price to go down, the opposite of the price going downward, I want to then see the price go up. And that's what happened, and you heard me say the word, all right, good. And the reason I'm saying good is because now I'm putting myself in a much better environment from a risk management perspective. How so? Well, first off, at a very, again, basic foundational level, I now know that I'm no longer chasing the price. So now, of course, there's more that goes into it than just simply not chasing, but that's a fantastic starting spot, right? That is a good foundation to be building upon, the fact that you know that you are not chasing the price. And that's what I've done here. I've created an environment for myself where I know I'm not chasing, and now that starts to set up many other areas of the trade. So let's get back to it and see how things continue to play out. So let's see if it wants to fill me at 160.85. Went up as high as 160.81, so I was 4 cents away. Let's give it another chance to get up there. There we go. All right, in at 160.85. So let's take a little status check of where we are at within the trade. First off, remember back to that 159.64 entry point. Ouch. Think about that. I would be down well over $1 per share. And on 500 shares, that's over, looking at a $500 plus loss had I operated under that original strategy, where my new plan was just to get in because I was frustrated and I just got in at that point. Wow. Ouch. That would have been really bad. But again, I didn't, right? I waited. And because I waited, because I let the price do the opposite, well, what happened? Well, now I was in a very trader-friendly environment. Now, for time's sake, I don't have the time to go into every single detail of why this was a trader-friendly environment. But again, the core concept here is there is the foundation there of, by not chasing, you now put yourself and give yourself the opportunity to create this trader friendly environment where what you do is you have a high probability of success and you have great risk and low reward. And that is the ultimate situation that we, as whether you're a day trader or swing trader, want to be putting ourselves in. High probability of success where you have low risk and a very high reward. And that was the exact spot that I was in the trader friendly environment. Again, why was it so trader friendly? That would be a multi-part video there. But just understand that this was the environment, and step one in creating that environment was not chasing. So how did this all play out? Let's continue on with the trade. And we'll see if this wants to roll back over here a little bit. If it can get down below 160.50, I'll think about taking some profits. So took out 200 at 160.50. Let's see if we can get some more of a pullback here. So took out another 100 at 160.25. Let's see if we can get a move. So this could still potentially be a losing trade, maybe, because I still have 200 shares that I could ultimately maybe sell for a loss if this thing bounces against me. But it's well worth it to take that risk because it's such a minimal risk now with the idea of this thing continuing to roll over. I mean, yeah, if this thing can break 160, there should be a nice party underway. So I want to see if, there we go. Let's see if we can get some more follow through of 160. Well, that was not exactly the follow through I was looking for, but want to give it another chance. So there we go. Took out another 100 at 159.90. Let's see, lows are down here. So yeah, I think this thing's got a chance to get down to 159.50. So let's see if this thing wants to roll over some more here. Pick up some more downside momentum. All right, just took out another 50 here just because it's looking like, oh, it might want to bounce, and there is the bounce. So I'm glad I pulled off 50 down there, but that could just be a head fake. So if this goes up over 161, then I'll be getting out with a slight loss on these final 50 shares. So again, on the last 50 shares I have, I could be taking a loss on them because I got in at 160.85. But again, I want to see if this thing wants to actually show some more downside pressure. And it is rolling back over now. I'm still glad I took off those 50 when I did because that could have been the start of a bigger bounce. In hindsight, looking like it wasn't. It was just a little head fake there. But yeah, 159.80. Going to be that key point that needs to be broken down below. But as of right now, this is a very stressless trade. I'm not stressed out at all. I mean, it's going to be a winning trade. The only stress on my mind right now is, well, how big of a winning trade is it going to be? In other words, how much money am I going to make? Think about that. That's a great spot to be in as a trader where your only worry is how much money am I going to make? So really, all I'm wondering is there we go, 159.80 be broke? And it was almost broke. There we go. There's the break of it. Said would like to see it get down to 159.50, but that fast up it goes. Excuse me. But let's see if it can get down to 159.50 and then get that break. And it's very easy to sit here and be patient to see if that break happens. I mean, when you know it's going to be a winning trade. Just how big of a winning trade? Okay, it's approaching 159.50. Like I was saying a few moments ago, I like the chance of it at least getting down here. I'm not quite sure how it's going to behave when it gets down to 159.50. I'd like to think it'll fail, but I don't know that for sure. So yes, in hindsight, that little bounce there there we go. There's the break. Kind of spooked me out, but I still feel fine about that because that could have been the start of a bigger bounce. And yeah, we could be getting maybe a double bottom here. But let's see, give it another chance here. All right. Oh, it wasn't even fast enough to get out right there. Well, maybe that, wow. This thing is not letting me out now. All right. There we go. So all out there for $304. Not bad at all for basically 5 minutes of work. And I say 5 minutes, that's coming from, if you're not familiar with my screen, got in right there at 9:36. And I kind of covered it up right there, 9:36 and 31 seconds. Got out at 9:41 and 35 seconds. So yeah, basically 5 minutes right there, $300. I'm very happy with that. And there you have it, $300 in my pocket. But the craziest part was that could have been, very realistically, you saw everything play out, an over $500 loss because I chased in the first place, because I could have let FOMO take over because I was frustrated. But instead, because I, again, waited for the opposite, right? And I get it, the image is very childlike. But again, I want to really illustrate that trading at the core, the foundational areas that you build from, is very straightforward. Just do the opposite. You know the opposite of up. So if you want the price to go up, opposite would obviously be down, right? If you want the price to go down, the opposite would obviously be up. And that is it's a very powerful starting point where it can keep you and help you avoid something that a lot of traders do. I've done it multiple times, and you will be tempted to do it the way the human mind works. Because again, of that sequence that we started off the video with about you having an idea, you being right, you missed it. Okay, well, new idea. Well, I don't want to miss it again. And then you just get in. But if you just wait and let the opposite happen, good things can happen. So hopefully this method can get you started, get the ball rolling in the right direction, and start to put you in a much better position as a trader. That position being putting yourself in trader-friendly environments where you have a high probability of success with low risk and then a high potential reward. So if you found this video helpful, a couple things before I go. First off, a very time-efficient way to communicate to me that, hey, Clay, yeah, I enjoyed the video. Please keep making videos like this. Just hit that like button. Just click it. Super time efficient, but very helpful on my end. That offers me the feedback on whether or not these videos are even worth my time. Second, comments, questions, suggestions, leave those down below. If you've ever watched any of my past videos, then you know that I read and reply to all comments. And then finally, check out the channel as a whole. If you like the live trade bits from this video, then there's an entire playlist on the channel that show all sorts of just strictly live trades, so you can go check those out. And hopefully you like what you see enough from the channel as a whole to hit that subscribe button, as I'd love to have you as a subscriber to the channel. So get out there, don't chase, just wait, and wait for the price to do the exact opposite of what you were originally wanting. First off, thanks so much for watching the entire video. Real quick, before you go, I want to invite you to a live webinar, web class, training, workshop, online event, whatever you want to call it, but it will be me live revealing to you what I've discovered that has allowed me to transform myself from being an employee to being my own boss, including how I had only one losing day out of 73 days in total. I'm going to cover 3 keys that have helped me unlock profitable consistency within the markets. The first key is super weird, but in a productive type of way. The second key is super awesome because it quite literally is wired into our DNA as humans, making it very easy to use. But in a cruel way, this becomes a pitfall for many traders. I'll explain it all though, including how to avoid the pitfall that it creates for some. And yeah, the third key, when you hear it, sounds way too good to be true, but it's not, and I'll show you how it all works. Then at the end, I open it up for a question and answer session that is, again, totally live. Even if you can't make the live session, please still sign up as it will be recorded, and you can go back and watch the replay that I will send you. Click the image on the screen or click the link down in the description box so you can get the date and time and claim your spot, which I should note is limited due to the fact that this truly is a live event. If you have any questions, let me know. If not, I'll be seeing you soon.